so I couldn't find the ID number, but I am here.
Uh-huh.
Much apologies to everyone. Sorry about the delay.
No problem. It's sometime it happen because we are in technology world. Sometime it can happen. So how are you, ma'am?
I'm okay, thank you very much, sir. It's an honor to be on the Overseas Pakistani Educationist platform. It's a very honor indeed. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you very much for your participation also. Okay, so would you like to introduce yourself because the recording will be available for the members. So we will glad to know about your research, your professional experience, and of course the UK education you are studying over there, and your current activities, what you are doing. And for 5 to 10 minutes, you can introduce general discussion, general introduction, and then you will come specific on your topic.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Fizza Shah. I've just completed a master's in applied positive psychology.
Hmm.
I've absolutely enjoyed the subject. It's been an amazing journey. I feel as if it's been a journey of change for myself. Positive psychology is a very new discipline of psychology. The founding father of positive psychology is Martin Seligman. He has such I feel, a very sort of uh, a compassionate view on the world sort of well-being issue. You know, he has an aim. He's taken an oath to actually increase worldwide well-being by 51% by the year 2051. I find that in this day and age, that's such a good cause to be contributing towards, and it's something that I find that as a world, really thrive and flourish. Really flourish in what they're doing, and how they can help their own communities, and then that would have a knock-on domino effect within the society. So that really inspired me throughout my journey of doing my masters in positive psychology. My journey myself, it started off with banking. I worked in a bank for so long. I raised my children, bless their cotton socks. They're now teenagers. If anyone has teenagers, you know how hard it is. It's more of a mentoring and a one-to-one sort of conversational battle. But it's a good journey indeed. As for my journey from banking to positive psychology, I did a bit of work with children with learning difficulties, and I think that really it gave me the patience. It really put it into perspective for myself that yes, money, finances are essential, but what vulnerable societies or communities, especially the children, need in this day and age is compassion, understanding, and that one-to-one interaction, which is so important in this day and age because you see, the children are tomorrow, and what we invest in them, time-wise, as well as our knowledge, our adaptive behaviors. We are role models for them. So to invest in them, we're investing really in our future. So I'm very compassionate about helping, uh, you know, younger children, young adults, just generally being a positive psychology practitioner. I think it really opens my eyes up to the whole world, to see where we are as human beings at this present moment in time, and what us professionals can actually do to take us to the next level, to the next step, to really progress as a society. And I think change is good. You can see the difference that politicians are trying to make, especially in Pakistan now. I feel this is a very good time indeed to actually make some change and progress our whole nation. We have an amazing leader. He's very straightforward, very honest man. And I find with his policy making strategies, and a general change of mind within the public domain, that will, inshallah, hope, really make Pakistan a great nation as it once was before. So that's my sort of passion. And my passion for politics and things like that actually comes from my father. He was a Pakistani chairman in High Wycombe in the UK. He did a lot of work with overseas politicians, meet and greet them. So that's where my passion comes from for politics, anyway. And as for myself, I feel you can never stop learning. I've just finished my master's. I'm contemplating starting a PhD, hopefully, inshallah. And that's my journey so far. So thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Fizza Shah, for your detailed introduction. And we are really glad to know about, and of course, you are a Pakistani national residing in UK. And definitely, I can understand as a Pakistani, as overseas Pakistani, are always feel pain for the country, for our beloved country, and we all want to contribute in our country. And what we can do before, because we are educationists, and with the help of our experience, our techniques, our ideas, we can improve our national we can contribute in our national prosperity. Okay, so what I understand from your background, that actually you are from banking sector, and you are trying to focus on psychology, on different like at a humanitarian base. You selected this topic. What I understand from your so currently, are you are what you can say, working on any project in UK, or what is your current activity?
Okay, I'm actually undertaking a sort of I'm opening a consultancy firm. It's a non-profit organization. It's actually looking at helping people who actually need the help with positive psychology interventions. These positive psychology interventions are actually coming from my knowledge of applied positive psychology, and also obviously having some kind of collaboration with the organizations as well. So at the moment, I'm trying to develop a journey of change. I think any society anywhere, if you can see that something's not going quite right, you need some type of positive intervention that would allow the society that you live in to thrive, or at least change their unhealthy habits into healthy habits. So I'm looking at devising a program for a change in alcoholics and drug users. So I'm collaborating with a clinical psychologist to actually develop these programs. So hopefully, I should have them completed, and I would actually then offer them to the local organisations here in the UK. And sorry, if you'd like to know a bit more about my non-profit organisation, it's positivewellbeingassociation.com, and you can Google it, and that will give you a lot more information about what I offer as a practitioner and what my services are. Thank you.
Definitely, we would like to know about your organization, and hopefully, inshallah, we will discuss in our board meeting. And inshallah, if the policy match with OPAP, then inshallah, definitely we will move and join hand with each other. Okay, we welcome our Farhana Khattak from Islamabad. Farhana Khattak is Central President OPAP Islamabad. And Farhana Khattak, are you with us? Hello. Okay, I think she disconnected. She will join us soon, hopefully.
Sorry about the delay. I think she may have been waiting for quite a while for myself to come along. Sorry about the delay.
No, it's not the issue, because yeah, Farhana Hattak join us. Farhana Hattak,
Oh,
Farhana Hattak, are you with us? Are you listening me?
I think they may be experiencing technical problems like I did.
Yes, sometime it happens. Uh, Farhana Hattar. Even I invited limited people, and especially we are glad to know about the Kutsia Tariq, Professor Kutsia Tariq. She is a university professor in University of Karachi, a psychology professor. I just contacted her, and she's also facing some technical issue, but hope she will join us again.
Okay, that's no problem. I can still talk on if you'd like me to do so.
Yeah, you can continue. You can continue.
Okay,
The other members will also join us.
okay, that's no problem. I think positive psychology is such a amazing concept. It's been built on like three main areas of evidence-based research. These are self-help measures. They've been used for cultivating happiness within individuals. They've also looked upon how you can build and identify your character strengths, which again is absolutely amazing information in this day and age to have and to actually incorporate within an individual and to use these concepts in your day-to-day sort of work, family, and general sort of knowledge. I feel that you get to learn about so many other things whereby when it comes to your own positive well-being, these things are not common knowledge. You have such things as 12 happiness strategies that have been sort of prescribed and are evidence-based by Sonia Levinsky. And these are well tested. And if you actually apply, say, two of them for a 6 week period, you should feel a lot better compared to prior to those 6 weeks. And these actually referred to as positive psychology intervention. I know it sounds a bit technical and that they sound very simplistic, and you're thinking, what kind of change can these things really make in an individual's well-being? But they really do work. They've been investigated, they've been used, and this psychology is the study of the mind, soul, and body. And I think if you can have a better understanding of it in this day and age, you can really thrive as an individual. You can. The whole purpose of positive psychology is to perform at your optimal best. So being the best version of yourself. So it's thriving. And I think with any community or any country, if you've got the attributes and assets to, or the actual toolkit, as they say, you can really make a difference. And I feel that the biggest difference that any sort of professionals out there make are teachers. They are at the forefront of all educational knowledge. They're there for the children. And nowadays, as you know, that kids spend like one, two thirds to one third of their lives in a school environment. So to have that sort of major contribution in a school setting, I feel that the children should have some kind of sort of satisfaction from a positive education from introduced through their sort of daily intake and daily sort of exposure within a school setting. And I feel positive. I feel very passionate about positive education because it's what you put in is what you get out, really. And also, I think in this day and age where people are failing to be optimistic, evidence-based research again shows you've got a very profound sort of psychologist, Barbara Fredrickson. She says for every one negative thought, you should have three positive thoughts to have a balanced well-being. And I think for that to be a part of anybody's well-being, it's really important to build on your strengths, to actually cultivate happiness. I think we have uh, one of the people there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to continue the talking. Sorry
So
about that.
I think let me introduce our participants. Professor Kutsia Tariq from Karachi University joined recently. Welcome, ma'am Kutsia Tariq. in this session? Hello?
Can,
Are you listening me? Professor Kutsia Tariq? Hello? Hello? I think there is some technical issues still. It's Kutsia Tariq. Are you listening me? Hello? Uh, Fizza Shah, would you like to ask her? Maybe she listen your voice.
Okay. Um, Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you hear my voice at all? Salam alaikum. Can you hear my voice at all, ma'ams? I can see your pictures, but I can't hear your voices. Salam alaikum.
Yeah.
Salam alaikum. I think there's sound difficulties. Maybe they. No. Okay, they're gone.
Yes. Hello? Professor Kutsia Tariq? Farhana Khatak? I I don't know what's the issue. Okay, sometime happen like this.
Okay. No, it's no problem.
Okay, you continue, ma'am. Fizza.
Okay, no problems. As I said, positive psychology is a very new discipline. It's gaining momentum, and the three areas, like I said, have been much researched into is cultivating happiness, building and identifying your character strengths, and actually cultivating positivity. And it's nice to know that actually, if you're looking for a positive well-being, you should be actually striving for negative thought. You should be striving for three positive thoughts if you want a balanced well-being. And Martin Seligman, the actual founding father of positive psychology, has actually advocated the PERMA model, which is a framework in which he advocates a whole sort of wholeness of well-being that people should aspire to. And the PERMA model itself, it stands for the P is for cultivating positive emotions, the E is for engaging in activities, and the R is for building positive relationships, and the M is to actually uh, pursue activities that are meaningful and purposeful, and A is for the accomplishment of all those attributes within the actual task that you're doing. The model itself is an amazing model. It really sort of it gives you sort of like a framework, a guideline. I think with any organization out there, if you didn't have a framework or any kind of sort of set boundaries or set do's within an organization, you'd lose control and structure within the organization. How would you thrive? That's, with any educational setting out there, you'll find that, they have curriculums, they have set subjects, they have set educational framework. To understand that and to actually obviously contribute things towards it is it's much needed for any teacher out there to understand what they need to be teaching and understanding the framework in which they have to deliver these lessons, and also manage pupil behavior management and manage actual daily tasks they need to manage as well, and actually understand their teaching duties as well. It's a very trying task, and I think workforce out there, they have to be happy, and they I think people forget how much teachers have to do
it's a lot of documentation out there that they need to complete. They have to manage these children, which I must say I've seen a lot change in children's behavior. Nowadays we have technology, we have all kind of amenities, but I think children now are far more demanding. They have they have a lot more to do compared to, say, us people had to do 10 years ago. There are a lot of demands for pupils. Their daily sort of requirements within the classroom, within their family life, there's a lot of demands. They are under stress themselves as well. So to actually be managing, student behaviors as well as your own workload as well, it's a very trying task indeed. And I think if anything out there can make it better for yourself to actually do things and actually, cultivate some kind of positive well-being amongst teachers, amongst the pupils, is a very novel cause indeed. Right, sorry. Would you like me to talk about a different subject or something? Or
Hello.
hiya, sorry.
Hello.
Hiya, yes, I'm still here.
Professor Kutsia Tariq, are you with us? Hello. Farhana Khattak.
Ji, I am with you.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. We welcome you in the
Assalamu alaikum, Fizza and Fizza.
Assalamu alaikum. सॉरी मैं माफी चाहती हूँ, मुझे टेक्निकली कोई डिफिकल्टी हो गई थी, तो इसलिए मैंने देर से जो है ना, वो वैसे मुझे 12 बजे ही आ जाना चाहिए था कॉन्वर्सेशन में, तो मुझे थोड़ी सी देर हो गई थी. सॉरी, मैं आपसे सॉरी मांगती हूँ कि मैं देर से आई थी. सॉरी अबाउट दैट.
It's okay, Fizza. Farhana Khattak, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I am Farhana Khattak. I belong to KPK, and I worked. I started my career as a teacher, and then promoted as a senior mistress, and then headmistress and principal. And I worked in different schools as a teacher and as a principal as well. And then I joined SCANS, and I opened 3-4 new branches of SCANS, and I've been promoted as a director, and I performed my duties as a director for 3-4 years. Nowadays I'm free, and this is all.
Thank you very much, Farhana Khattak.
Now I am with OPEP, and inshallah ta'ala we will have good time, and inshallah ta'ala we will serve.
Thank you very much, Farhana Khattak. Kutsia Tariq, are you with us? Professor Kutsia Tariq? Okay.
Thank you so much, Baji Farhana. That was amazing story. The whole journey of being a teacher, it's amazing, and the fact that you now find the time to contribute towards such an amazing platform. I feel honored to be people like yourself who have teachers are the first sort of forefront for children out there to learn and to become good thriving individuals, and everybody remembers a good teacher, and to be in that profession for such a long time and to reach those heightness is absolutely amazing. It's an honor to be talking to yourself.
Thank you so much, Fizza.
It's okay.
Professor Kusia Tariq, are you with us? We are trying to take her online. I think she is still having some technical issues. Uh,
I
okay.
think some problem is in listening, like she can't hear us.
Yeah, yeah, it's like this. I think
Same,
she
I
was she
faced
was
it.
she was
Uh,
very excited. She was very excited about Fizza Shah because I told her a few days before, and she said that yes, she would like to join because she's also a psychology teacher, and
yeah,
definitely as a psychology teacher, she loved to meet Fizza Shah, and hopefully, inshallah, because we are family, and this meeting will be inshallah again and again, according to our convenience time. Inshallah, now we are introduced to each other. So, Fizza Shah, I'm sorry, Farhana Khatak, would you like to ask something about Fizza Shah's topic? Like she's doing research on positive psychology. So, do you have any question about the positive psychology? Did you heard this topic before?
yeah. I want to ask something about mostly people when they are if like mostly people they are asking about children's behavior, like all the time they are worried about the behavior, to how to manage the behavior of a child. You know, it's a very vast topic, and I don't think so that you can answer in 2 3 lines or in few sentences. But mainly, I'm interested in the topic which is related to the behavior of child. If
Okay.
he has some problem, so what do you think?
I think first of
Like
all,
if mostly children they are very hyper.
hmm, yes, no, I totally understand.
Mostly parents and mostly people are uh, like they are very much worried about their children, and they only ask the question about the children's behavior, and the behavior means if they are very hyper.
I think a hyper child is a good thing. At the end of the day, if you use it in the right way. So
Yeah,
I went to school in Pakistan in my local village for a bit of a while. The thing is, with children, they need to have something to occupy them. They need to play, explore, and do other things to actually, be creative and actually, rather than using their behaviors as a problem, if their teachers tried to incorporate it within classroom activities or outdoor activities or activities whereby they know that it will suit the child. I know that's not always possible, but you can have like a trial and error sort of episode with them, meaning that you can try out new things, try out new classroom activities that you think that will cater to the child. If we're talking about primary children, then sometimes it's nice to have, they have sort of like a circle around. They sit down and everybody has a chance to talk about something they bring in to schools. So they could bring in something special to them. They could have like a show and tell episode, meaning they bring something from home and they talk about it. You're building their confidence, you're building their speaking skills, they're feeling engaged. Positive psychology basically explores many areas, it does, but the one sort of thing that comes to my mind, if you're looking at positive well-being, is the PERMA model. Martin Seligman, the founding father of positive psychology, introduced this framework where he said that individuals, they need to cultivate positive emotions. They have to cultivate engagement within activities. They need to build positive relationships, and also the activities have to be purposeful and meaningful, and also they have to feel a sense of accomplishment. It's like a 5-dimensional approach to well-being. So if they have these 5 things set within, say, a personal development session, if it's a 45-minute lesson that is for personal development for younger children, then the teacher should try to incorporate those 5 things within an activity. So that may bring about a change in their behavior. So it's something that the teachers, when they're planning their lessons, they would have to use the framework and then see how they're going to implement it to suit their resources, to suit their children's needs as well. So there is always a good way forward, but obviously you need to introduce some kind of change. With children, younger children, their attention span is very short. So the 45-minute lesson that you may have to introduce a startup session, and then have the activity, and then maybe have some reflection after it. So whereby they talk about the activity and how they found it. So it's more of a trial and error. So some things may work and some things may not work. That's for the teacher to start off the process, and then hopefully they will know what's working for their class, because every child is different. So every class they will have to understand the children that they have. And obviously, mashallah, in Pakistan, they have such good sort of things that that they sing the national anthem early in the morning. That's like a motivational speech. It motivates. It's a like a pocket full of optimism early in the morning. I remember this from my childhood. There is very relaxed environment, but however, you've got to see the good things as well. I love that part, and I always remember Allama Iqbal's saying, "Khudi ko kar buland itna ki khuda bhi puche teri raza kya." Maybe I might not have said it properly, but I think that applies to everything in life. You've got to bring some kind of journey of change. It's got to be a positive change, and I think teachers out there can make so much of an amazing difference in children's behavior. It can start off not so well, but because they have that knowledge, that influence, they can make that change.
Thank you, Fizza. Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
it's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Professor.
Thank you so much, Fizza. It was very good. It means that it means that the teachers should be trained, and they must have this knowledge, because what I observed over here, that the teachers are totally not trained, and though they don't know, mostly teachers, they don't know about positive psychology. So I think if we will start this type of training, it will be very fruitful, because when they join school, in mostly Pakistani private schools even, they don't have any knowledge about all these things. But I listen you only for 5-6 minutes, and I think I got a lot of knowledge from you. So I think you have a good knowledge, and inshallah ta'ala, I will recommend Imran that.
Professor Kusia Tariq, I think Fizza, she sent message to you. I think you can see in the chat, and you can reply her to your convenience. So unfortunately, we are facing technology issue. We couldn't take her online. Yeah. Professor Kusia Tariq is
No, actually, Imran, the same happened to me. I can't, I also send you message that I can't hear you. Actually, there is a option where two options are coming. So
okay.
first I dialed one, and then the another option I chose.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yes, okay, sometime it happens. Okay, Fiza, did you having any research about the bullying? Like, did you work in your university? Did you work on any bullying topic?
I haven't actually worked on bullying, but my approach to anything that I don't know, I take on board that I need to acquire information. So there's a course that the university are running. I'm going to be, it's a 1 day workshop. I'll be attending that. It's an anti-bullying course. And also I'll do a systematic analysis review of past positive psychology interventions that have been done for primary kids, uh, obviously on the topic of bullying. So that would be my way of acquiring that information. But obviously, for any intervention, you need to have knowledge of the organization, what the teachers' needs are as well. So then you can cater to their needs. Otherwise, it would be a one-way intervention. It'd be something that I would be doing on my own, which I feel that if you want a good intervention or a good program, it's got to be in collaboration with the organization and the teacher's needs. Because obviously, by doing so, you gain their perspective on how they deal with children's bullying, and obviously what the current policy is within the organization. And then you can only add something to something if you know what they are doing at this present moment in time. So that's why I sent the grow model. So a good question, obviously, what question does the organization want to answer? That would allow me to do a systematic literature review, and also to talk to someone who's in charge of training or a teacher, because then I understand how do they deal with it now, what would they like to change in how they're dealing with it now, and where would they like to go with the program. So it's understanding the staff needs as well.
Mhm, mhm. I think, Fida Shah, if you allow me, I will reconnect the meeting because Kusya Tariq is very important for us, and unfortunately, she is not.
Fellow psychologist.
So, if you allow me, within 2 minutes, I'm starting meeting again, and you people join me again.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.